What the fuck is up, squids? We're back, and this video is extremely different. As you can see, I'm not on the motorcycle. I'm on the boosted board. So this video is going to be a little bit different, at least for the first part, until we go get the bike. And I'm going to tell you guys why I don't have the bike and where the fuck it is. So first thing is, I'll tell you guys about the boosted board. As you can see, it's pretty slow. This is the boosted board Stealth, and normally this thing goes like 30 miles an hour. I'd be probably pretty close to that speed. These cars look like they're going like 30 to 40. It's pretty quick, but I don't know what happened. I went over water or something, and now it's stuck in this beginner mode. So it is what it is. I mean, it does the job for what we're gonna do today. I don't really need to go fast, but I mean, we still get lane splitting privileges in a sense. We're passing up all these cars. So anyways, the question you might be asking is, why the hell am I riding this thing? Where's my bike? So right now we're actually on the way to go get the bike. The bike is at the shop, and it's been at the shop now for almost 2 weeks. That's for a few different reasons. So the main reason is, if you guys saw these shots that we took on the Coronado Bridge,
youngest like Jeremiah, but I get to the end.
we're getting the shots, we're getting all the rollers in, and I noticed, the biggest thing I noticed with the bike is that the headlights start getting super dim and the dash starts flickering a little bit, but nothing crazy. I'm also consistently on the gas, so I don't really notice anything. I mean, I notice when I get on throttle, the lights brighten back up and the dash brightens back up, but besides that, I don't really notice anything going across the bridge the first time, because if you know about the Coronado Bridge, it leads to Coronado, which is an island, and there's nothing over there besides houses and the beach. So once we get over there, we have to ride back. So we ride there, we get the shots, everything goes well. I mean, besides the lights dimming a little bit, I noticed like there's something off with the bike, but nothing crazy. We go to do a U-turn and come back up. Then the lights just go completely out. The dash goes completely out, and even the gauges on the dash go completely out. So normally you'd have the RPM, right? Sitting at idle, you'd rev it, it'd go up. Nothing. Everything's just black, but the bike's still on. The bike's still running completely fine. I don't know what the fuck is going on. I decided to turn the bike off and see if I can figure out if it's a battery issue or an alternator. Bikes don't have alternators, but I'm used to cars, so that's where my mind goes. So I turned the bike off, tried to turn it back on, nothing at all. I was like, fuck, we're stuck now. So then we bump start the bike, which means basically you push the bike up to like 10 miles an hour, put it in first gear, dump the clutch, and you don't need the starter with that, you don't need the battery, and the bike will start right up, which it did. So we got the bike back up running. Some of the lights came back on, but all the electrical stuff was glitching out. So we decided to end the shoot there, and the new mission is now to just get the bike back home, because it's like 2 in the morning, so I can't take it to the shop. I get back on the bike, I start riding back over the bridge. I make it to the top of the bridge. Luckily, it was not on the uphill section of the bridge, and right as I crest the top of the bridge, the bike goes out again, just completely dies. Not even the lights, just the whole bike just shuts off. I pop it into neutral, and the Coronado Bridge is pretty long, so I just ride it down all the way down to the exit, and then I pull over once the shoulder comes back, because on the Coronado Bridge, if you've been on it or you've seen pictures of it, there's no shoulder, there's no space on the side, so if you break down, you're just in the middle of the fucking road. So luckily we make it all the way down, and as I'm about to get to the side, I decide to bump start it again. I still have speed. I get it going, dump the clutch, and the bike starts back up again. So the bike comes back on, but it still has all the issues. The lights are flashing and they're dimming, and the dash barely works. I can't see how many RPMs I have, which doesn't really matter. I don't need it. But obviously there's something wrong with the bike. So that gets me like another 2 miles, and then the bike dies again, and I still have speed. So then I bump start it again. And basically I do that like probably 5 or 6 times until eventually we're almost at my house. No amount of bump starting it, no amount of rolling it gets it to keep going again, and the bike is just stuck. It's now a bicycle. So then we push the bike for a little bit because we're almost home. There's no point in calling a tow truck. Giving it a little break, whatever it was. And then we try to bump start it one more time, and it gets us just enough to get back to my house. So yeah, we finally get the bike back, and honestly, I was just happy the fact that we got the bike back without having to call a tow truck. It was like 2 in the morning, so I don't know how long it would take a tow truck to get there. So then the next day, I try to bump start it to get it to the shop, hoping I'll just have a little bit of battery anything. I didn't exactly know what the issue was at the time, but I assumed it was the alternator. Bikes don't have alternators, they have stators and rectifiers. And I live too close to the shop to justify getting a tow truck. It's probably like a mile, maybe 2 miles max away from my house. We ended up getting an extension cable. This was actually so funny to see. I should have made a video and recorded people's reactions, because if you saw what we were doing, you would think, what the hell is going on? What is wrong with these people? What we ended up doing was we got an extension cable, and I had a friend in a car, and she was driving the car. I hooked up the extension cable, and we just pulled the bike, and I was just sitting on the bike holding onto the extension cable and just towed it about a mile to the shop that way. And it eventually worked. I definitely would not recommend you do it. I don't recommend anyone does it. Don't do it, get hurt, and come to me. I told you not to do it. But what's funny is even the shop owner started cracking up. I was telling him like what happened with the bike and how I didn't get it to start, and the bike's obviously sitting in front of his shop. So he's like, how'd you guys end up getting it started? What'd you do to get it here? And I point to the car, and there's an extension cable hanging out of the window. And I was like, yeah, I just held on to that and we pulled it all the way here. And he was like, yeah, I've never seen anyone try anything like that. And honestly, I'm not surprised, because if you're uncoordinated while you're doing that, like, you can definitely get ripped off the bike if your driver doesn't know what they're doing or you guys aren't synced up. Anyways, we've made it to the shop. Shop is right down this hill, so we got a little downhill section where maybe we can get a little speed on this thing. Is that it right there? Is that my bike? We got the bike. She's all fixed up. Also got a new front tire. I was already there. I didn't realize, but front tire was down to the wear bars, so I went ahead and did that. And you might be asking, where the hell did you put the board? Well, I'm actually sitting on the board. So no lane splitting for me. I got to keep that in mind. I don't want to go between some cars and give them all racing stripes as I cut down the middle. But it's good to be back on the bike. I want to drop this board off and get a nice little ride in. Comment below if you guys can relate what it feels like to get your bike back after not having had it for such a long time. For those of you that don't have bikes, 2 weeks is a long time with your bike. I start to get withdrawals, night sweats, insomnia. That's what they don't tell you when you get a bike. They tell you how good it is when you have it, but they don't tell you how bad it is when you don't. For those of you that think I'm being serious, don't take me too literally. I'm just joking. Alright, maybe just a little bit. You might get a few symptoms when you don't have your bike. Alright, so we're gonna have a quick little commercial break while I drop off this board. And I'll see you guys in like 20 minutes. But for you guys, it'll be instant.
Each other with the things we want to say. We could have been so good together. Could have lived this dance forever.
Alright, we are back, guys. Dropped off the board, so we can now lane split. Looks like not here, because this is why California is the best state. I see all the time that people in other states don't do that. Lady, if you're watching the video, thank you. I don't know what the hell just happened. That was really weird. Oh, maybe I'm out of gas. I was silent right there because I didn't know what the hell was going on. But I tried to do a pull in first gear, and the engine kind of like lugged and then gave me power and then lugged again. And I think it's because I'm low on gas. So we're gonna stop and get gas real quick. It only says 3 miles, which normally means that I still have at least a gallon left. But I think because it was at the shop, that light probably resets. So I might not have anything in here. Oh. Okay, so bike just died. I'm hoping this is because it doesn't have enough gas. Nope, it came back to life. Alright, let's see. Okay, with how much gas is going in here, I think the bike just died because there was not enough gas. Normally this thing doesn't take 4.5 gallons. That's crazy, the timing, because it died right there as we were pulling into the gas station. Moment of truth. Alright. That's crazy timing. Alright, that's pretty sick though. So 4.5 gallons. I've never put 4.5 gallons in one time in this bike. And crazy timing that it decided to die as we pull it into the gas station. Real quick, for some of you guys that may not know, that saw the light on there, and you're gonna be like, Squid, the light is on. You should have known that you needed gas. Yes, but once the gas light goes on this bike, it starts a little trip meter and tells you how many miles you've gone with the gas light on. And normally you can go like 15, 20 miles on these bikes, and it only showed 4 miles. So because there was work done on it, and it was electrical, so I'm sure the battery got disconnected. That little meter probably got reset, and that's why I didn't know I had any gas. For a split second, I was kind of pissed, because I was like, I just got the bike from the shop. I haven't even had it for an hour, and I already got shit going wrong. But anyways, we got the bike back, so let's do a little test ride. Oh yeah, good to be back. And it's a nice ass day today. It was too hot to wear my hoodie. As you guys can see, no hoodie. Alright, let's see what we've been missing for the last 2 weeks. That sound never gets old. I don't know if I've said this before. Honestly, one of the biggest reasons I got this bike is because this thing sounds like a fucking Formula 1 car. The R6 is fucking crazy for what it is, revving up to 17,000 RPM. Oh, picked up the wheel a little bit. I keep forgetting. I don't want to go too crazy. I got the front tire on. Alright, let's find a little bit of space. I don't know if we're going to, because it's kind of middle of the day right now. Everyone's on the road. But I want to do a little poll. Obviously within the speed limit. Oh, we're coming up on some traffic now. I should have hit the carpool. But you know what? It's kind of nice. I haven't gotten to lane split in a while since the bike has been in the shop. I love how in California, people just... I mean, it's funny, right as I start to say this guy's literally not giving me any space. There we go. He saw me. Give him a little wave. But like I was saying, it's crazy how in other states, I haven't ridden in other states, but I see videos and I hear people talking about how drivers will get mad if you lane split on a bike and they'll try to block you off. I find it really surprising just because this space of road right here that I'm using on this line, if you look down as far as you can see, there's absolutely no one using this. I'm using unused road that's not affecting anyone. And it's just crazy because I think everyone in California understands that people will literally get out of the way, and they'll do it super aggressively too. Like, I've had people fully get on the shoulder for me, and honestly I feel kind of bad at that point. I'm like, I just need a little bit of space, just give me a little bit of space. But it's really nice when you see people move all the way over to the side. You see that a bike is a lot smaller, and there's no point in a bike waiting behind a car when it can just go around. You have this unused space in the middle, you might as well use it. If anything, I'm making these people get to their destinations faster by me lane splitting, because I'm not stuck in one spot that a car could be. Anytime you see a highway cow, you always gotta touch it. You gotta check the straps for them. So I know this video was kind of all over the place, and it was kind of just a random vlog. Hopefully you guys liked it, and I haven't done videos like this. So comment below if you guys want to see more vlog style videos. Anyways, like the video, it helps the channel way more than you think. And if you guys want to get one of the hoodies that I'm always rocking, and all of the shorts and almost all the long forms, today was hot so I didn't, but you guys can visit supersquidshop.com. I'll catch you guys in the next one.